Hey, Coach, how much was not Saturday, Friday, a really good example of how Dylan and the receivers have begun to kind of build more connection and rapport?
It was good to see them go out and execute on third down in the first half and execute on, shot plays, 50-50 balls, being able to push the ball down the field, both deep and intermediate. And it's good to see Dylan check the ball down like he did. I think he did a really nice job of distributing the ball to all positions.
How do you feel about where the run game is at? I know you're taking what they give you, but yesterday Coach Rule mentioned maybe even more of a concerted effort to ramp that up even a little bit. Where do you feel it's at?
We have to, like it's always been our DNA, like we have to run the ball to get yards and to move the football, but we have to run the ball because the way we want to play and the way we want to win games is we want to win in the fourth quarter. Like we want to give body blows basically for 4 quarters and try to make our opponent quit. And the style of runs and the amount of runs that we were getting, I've got to get more of them. And we got to create different angles, especially versus defenses like Illinois and the team we're getting ready to play, because they're always going to have extra hats in the box. But I was proud of Dante. I thought he was running well the other night, making some plays. Again, our challenge to our guys is we have to get better at making people miss, especially they got extra hats in the box. We got to block the ones we can and then make the other guy miss. So that's a huge emphasis this week.
What did you tell your guys about? I mean, did you have any certain message about what happened in overtime to your guys?
No, it's simple. It's, again, I reference Coach a lot on this, but, your unit, which would be the offensive unit, is, a representation of leadership, and I lead that offense. So I've got to do a better job of making sure we're prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, when we get in that situation that we can go out there and execute. And, it's not just this guy busted an assignment or, that guy busted this. It's not that. It's the whole group has to be accountable. And, you hear all these things like, well, that's Nebraska. It's not a jinx. It's not a fluke. It's just a group of guys that we have to figure out and get better and learn from this and go out there the next time it comes, right, and take advantage of the opportunity and go finish it off.
The double pass play, the one from Raiola to Harburg and then Heinrich back to Raiola, how risky and comfortable were you guys running that play, and are you guys running that play?
Very comfortable. Very. We practice it all the time. Threw a touchdown against Minnesota last year. It actually hit the ground and bounced up to Jeff, and he threw it for a touchdown. But I have all the trust in the world in Heinrich being able to catch a pitch, throw the ball back to Dylan. Dylan made a heck of a catch, and just you could see the baseball in him. He kind of catch it, crow hopped and threw it, and with relative ease. So very confident in our guys of executing those plays.
Purdue has given up over 700 rush yards the last 2 weeks. What have teams done from what you've seen just to have success running the ball?
It's amazing. Notre Dame ran the quarterback a lot. Again, I know it gets tiresome, but they overload the box. Notre Dame ran the quarterback, and then they would have Notre Dame stopped, like dead and like nothing there, and the back would just bounce it outside and make a play, make a guy miss, and go for 60. So it's not like people are scheming them up and just handing the ball off. There's just people making plays against them and, extending plays at the running back position or running the quarterback. It's going to be really hard. It's hard for you to, when you watch the tape, it's hard to imagine that they have given up that amount of yards just with the scheme and how hard they play and the personnel that they have in that front seven.
What was your evaluation of Gunner?
I thought he did well. I mean, that's a big spot to get put in. There wasn't really any times where we were thinking, oh crap, Gunner's out there. We just called the ball plays that we were going to call if he wasn't out there, and he did well.
Hey, can you shed some light or go into the decision on the 3rd and 3 play at the end of regulation and just your choice of personnel there? Is it specifically kind of just as simple as making them think you're going to run when you plan to have 4 guys going out for a pass?
Exactly. We got in a big personnel group, and it was 3rd and 3. In my mind, they're thinking we're probably going to take 2 downs. I thought, we've never thrown the ball out of that personnel in 2 years. So we've been working, certain pass plays out of that personnel. I felt very comfortable. Even if they played normal defense, we had options for Dylan to get to. So if it was on the sheet, we knew we were going into it. If we got in that situation, we were going to call it, and we dialed it up. And the next time we'll hit it.
What did you think on tape? I mean, Dylan looked like maybe he was a little off of his back foot. I mean, what about the connection between him and Luke there? What do you think?
I really think it popped so fast because Luke's really supposed to run a little bit of a flatter angle, but the defender got over the top and he saw nothing but grass. He put his foot in the ground. So I think just that change of angle, and it popped so fast it got, it just kind of caught him, not off guard, but got on him pretty quick.
Dylan's only 2 picks have been on plays that could have been catches too. Are those just cases where the receiver just says that's got to be my ball?
We have to fight for the ball. There's no other option. If the ball hits you in the hands, you have to come down with the ball. That's twice it's been wrestled away from us, and again, that's not being treated lightly. You go get the ball.
Hey, Coach, have you tried any other players at tackle this week? Like, could a Mazuka rep there this week? I mean, have you done any other things to kind of prepare for worst case scenarios?
Yeah, Kanak and Mazuka both can, they can move around. They're multi, they can do all kinds of different. They can play guard, tackle, and help us out. So, we're going to make sure that we get the best 5 guys out there.
Anything else for Coach?
After the game, Dylan kind of puts it on himself just because he missed that one throw. Everybody thought he had a pretty great game otherwise. What stands out to you about just how he kind of takes on that role already as a young guy after a game?
I think it's just in his DNA. I think some people do it just to, for show, like, that's on me. That's like you see coaches all the time, right? Like, that's on me. That's not. But I think he truly means it. Like, he thinks, he texted me last night, can we run this play? And I text back, heck yeah. He said, I promise no more foul balls or something. I don't know exactly what he said, but he was alluding to that. I thought he played a really nice game, really, really nice game. It did not come down to just that one play, for sure.
Do you find, first time on the road, first time with the travel roster, do you find any positions specifically that are more difficult than others to cut down the number that you're allowed to take?
The wideouts, tight ends, those positions will usually have some discussions, but I think we're pretty set right now on the depth chart and actually who's going to go in, who we're counting on to go in and play in a game.
Hey, Marcus, how do you foresee the coach-to-player helmet communication going for the first time on the road?
I think it'll be great. I think it'll be, just like, again, Coach made us do it spring practice day 1, and we've been doing it every day for so long. It's just so natural to us. So barring any type of internet or whatever it runs on, issues that we can't control, I don't see any issues.
All good.
Thanks, guys.